Hello, witches. I am very glad to be making a video. It has been too long. Way too long. I have sorry. I still watch YouTube and I'm still on Facebook, but I've been taking an online course for experien, so I've been taking all the time I have and pretty much putting it in that. And I've been studying a lot, so I haven't really been active in like the social network and stuff. But I'm very glad that I'm making a video because it's been way too long, and I really am sorry that I haven't made any because I've been wanting to for a long time. It's just I've been working a lot of hours, and the only times that I have are in the morning, and then I go to work, and I don't get off sometimes until like 11:30, and then, I don't get home till like 11:30. We close at 10, but sometimes I don't get out of there till like 10:30. It just always depends. And lately, my daughter's not been wanting to sleep, so when I get home, I still have to put her to bed, which is kind of frustrating because it's so late, but we finally got her to get rid of her ninny, so yay! But it's still, she's having a little bit of a hard time with it, but she's doing great. So how is everybody? How are you doing? How is everybody's Yule, Wintertide, Winter Solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa? How was everybody's everything? Mine was good. I didn't really get to do a lot of the things that I really wanted to do. I really didn't get to do a full Wintertide ritual, which I was a little bit upset about. But I might still do it, actually, because it's just now really starting to feel like winter where I'm at. It's been so warm. Like, it was winter, and it's been ridiculously warm here. It was like 70 degrees on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. It felt like summer. It was so weird. I mean, so it just hasn't felt that winter time of year for me, really. And being an empath, those feelings are really, very important to me. I'm sorry I look like a hot mess, but I'm about to start getting ready for work, and, busy. It never stops around here. But yeah, so I didn't really get to do much of a ritual, which, I was a little bit upset about, but I made a new Yule log. I posted a picture of it on Facebook, and I did do kind of a releasing semi spell. Not really big. It wasn't very much, but it was kind of somewhat like I lit the Yule log, and then on a piece of paper, I made my husband join in too, but he didn't really, So, which is fine. It's not. Wasn't mad at him or anything, but he did it, but he just didn't really want to, and so I told him if he didn't want to, he didn't have to, so you could tell his heart wasn't in it, basically. But I lit the Yule log, and then on a piece of paper, I'm sorry, I'm freezing, I have to put something over my hands. On a piece of paper, I wrote the past year, what I was blessed for, like what I was thankful for, something I really want to change, I want to grow from, and something I was happy about, something I wanted to change, and oh my god, that's terrible. I can't at this moment. I was just thinking about it too. Something I was very blessed about, something I wanted to change, and something I wanted to work to. And, sorry. So I read that, and we didn't say it to each other. And we read it. I wrote it down. I am so sorry. And I set it on fire, and I let it burn. And as I did it, I kind of did my own little chant, I called on the spirits, I called on my ancestors, I called on She of the White Round, I called on He of the Deep Wooded Places. And so it was really, actually, a very beautiful and very spiritual moment for me. I was very in touch when we did it, and I was really happy about that. And that's something that lately is really what I've been working on as well. Really being in touch with the spirits and really getting more connected and more grounded. And like I said before, I really have not had time to actually meditate. I haven't actually sat down and done a real full long meditation probably a couple months. But at the same time, I don't feel like I haven't meditated. Lately, I've been doing a lot of the on-the-go kind of meditation, like when I'm driving. I mean, I don't close my eyes and, like really trance out and zone, but because I drive on back roads, and I really get into the moment. And when I'm driving, I really just kind of give myself to this nature and the spirits around me. Like, I can just feel it, and I just connect and look around. And there's this one spot where I'm driving, and I've said it before, it's like a mountain. I talk about this all the time because it's beautiful. And there's just this one spot when I'm driving that I really feel connected to the land, and like you can see so far. It's beautiful. So I have been doing a lot of open movement meditation, I guess you could say. I've really been connecting a lot, and that's why honestly I really noticed a lot of my videos are outside. I guess usually I'm smoking, it's the only time I get a quiet moment, but I really just feel more connected outside. I do a lot of my daily alignments and a lot of my callings and my daily things outside. So that's really lately that's what's been going on. I've been really trying to get grounded and more connected to the things around me. And just because you don't have those hour-long meditations doesn't mean that you can't connect and still be one. I really have been connecting a lot more with my ancestors and spirits. I am very drawn to spirits. I've said it before. I really get in touch to the spirits around me, the spirits of nature, the spirits of the dead. I call on them daily and ask for, them to be with me, and I give them offerings, and I call them for everything. So a lot of my ash, birch, and willow studying has gotten me a lot closer to the spirits around me, the spirits of the land and the earth and home. So that I am very thankful for that, and I'm very, really happy about that. It's another thing I want to talk about today. The other day, I was doing my alignment, my spiritual alignment, and calling on my ancestors, and all of a sudden I had... Did you see that? Sorry. I thought I just saw a face behind me, but never mind. I might have, I don't know. But I called on them, and then I was kind of just sitting here outside and really getting in the moment and really connecting and grounding. And all of a sudden, I just kind of got pulled into like this trance kind of, not really, like I was completely coherent around what was going on around me, but I was completely focused on what I was seeing. And I saw, it was like an older woman, and because one of the things I was asking for my ancestors that day, I've said it before, I've been having a lot of really hard time remembering my dreams, and it's really starting to bother me because I'll wake up and I know something important happened in my dreams, and it's like I can't remember it. And I think maybe I'm trying too hard and I'm forcing it too much. And I've even tried, putting the book next to my bed, but it's like as soon as I wake up, I'm rushed out of bed. I really don't have that moment to really recap and like write it down. So I think that's another problem I've been having, because I don't have that minute to really wake up. So I asked them to really help me, to really guide me and help me be able to remember. And I saw this older woman, and at first, I don't know, it was kind of weird. At first, like, it looked like she was saying rat blood, to use rat blood, and then somehow it turned into using my blood. Maybe she was saying rat blood, and maybe if I didn't want to do that, or she was giving me another alternative to add my blood instead. But so basically it was blood, and then lard, ivy leaves, and rosemary, and you mix it together, a little bit of moon water in a bag, or in like a little mojo gree bag, and then you chant it, sprinkle it with moon water again, put it under your bed for one night, wake up the next day, you chant and sprinkle it again, and then that night bury it. So I'm wondering if anybody has any kind of, because I've never heard of that before. I mean, I know Rosemary's very good at remembering your dreams, so it was, kind of like, okay, so, but it looked like my great granny Matilda, the picture that I have on my Lara and Dulce shrine. It looked like her telling me this in the meditative trance moment. So if anybody has kind of any, thoughts on if those ingredients would work. I think I'm gonna try it, because it was definitely something important to me, and it was a very intense moment, and it was not. I'm not gonna second guess what the spirits are telling me. What the spirits are telling me to do. I asked for help, and they gave it to me. So it was. I just really wanted to put that out there. Like it was an amazing moment. It was, because after I kind of came back to, I was just like, oh my gosh, and I really had to really not really think about it for a moment. Like, I knew it wasn't any kind of imagination or anything. It was a very amazing moment, and especially because I think it really did look and felt like my Granny Matilda. I never met her, of course, but she's one of my main ancestors that I've been really trying to get in contact with, and I can feel her. It's like I feel her around me all the time. I was at work the other day, and it was not, I'd been really calling on her a lot lately, and I never noticed this before, and especially because Matilda's not a name you hear that often, but I was doing border check. It's like, when we have a kennel, because we have a kennel and we board dogs there for a little while, and I just was doing, and I looked down and I saw Matilda. There was a dog there named Matilda, and it was one of the days I called on her and I was asking for her presence. And I never noticed this dog before. It apparently been there for like a week or two, and I've done border check like 4 or 5 times, and I've never really noticed it before. Or no, maybe it had only been there for like 3-4 days. But I had done border check and never noticed it, and it just popped out at me like big bold letters right on the sheet of paper, and I could feel it in me. Like, I could feel that it was her telling me that she is here and she is with me and that she is guiding me, and it was amazing. So, and then after this happening the other morning with the trance, like, it's an amazing feeling to, have your ancestors really with you, and her presence is so beautiful. It's so spiritual and so strong and so wonderful. Like, I wouldn't change it for the world. And so I really did want to tell you guys that. And, if anybody knows, if they've heard of something like that, a Grigri bag that's based on like that, then that's awesome. I'm probably not going to use the rat blood. I mean, I might if I find it, but I'm not going to get blood from a rat. Just, I'm most likely going to use my own blood. Just, to me, I don't know, it would connect me more to it. Anyway, it's not even that I have a problem using rat blood or anything. It's just using my blood makes more sense to me, I guess you could say. Like, because it's something that I'm connecting to myself and using rat blood. So, that was very, very amazing. And tonight is Epiphany. La Befana comes tonight, so I'm really excited about that. That's another part of our winter holiday things that we do. La Befana, she comes tonight. She's going to put some stuff in the children's stockings, and so I'm going to call on her. And I have this old little witch statue that I've had forever, and it just hit me today. I've been wanting a statue for La Befana, and it looks just like her. It's an old woman with a hat and a broom, and she walks around, and she delivers presents to children at night. It's one of the myths where Santa Claus came from. And so that was definitely like, hello, duh, Alright, so I gotta go because I gotta start getting ready for work. I'm actually probably gonna make another video on my way to work because I really want to start talking about the Hollow and the White Tree of Faywin and Nonea. So that's something that I've really been connecting with as well lately, and I will talk about that later. So I love you. Blessed be. I hope everybody had an amazing Yule, Wintertide, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, winter solstice, whatever you call it. I hope it was beautiful and amazing for you all. Much love. Bye.